Hi, everybody. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you today. I see that I am live. I don't know where I am live. Seems like I am live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I don't see Instagram. Where am I live? I thought I was just doing this ahead of time to send it into the studio. Is that what I'm doing, producer? So I'm live on your part, but not on these sites. Okay. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you today on Impact Gospel Radio, Mental Health, a Holistic Impact. And you know what? I am going to tell you a lot of us are having a good time. Like we are dealing with our mental problems, like we are dealing with the little stress that we are having, whether it's within the family, with the children, with our spouse, at church, at school, at workplace. Hey, there can be a lot of stress at workplace, people. I know that because I live it. And so a lot of us are doing well. A lot of us are doing well. We are taking care of ourselves. We are eating right. We are sleeping right. We are having good communication with others. We are conversing about our health. We have someone in our corner that is there to help us. We have someone in our corner we can that can be a supportive system for us, and we are doing well. On the other hand of on the other hand, there are some of us who are not doing that great. We are not taking care of ourselves. We are not experiencing that happiness, that laughter, the laughter that we laugh from the great toe people, our big toe. We laugh from that big toe, come up, and you laugh. That laughter, that happiness, that we put in place, where no matter what or who says something about us, we are still going to pretend we didn't hear it, because trust me, people are going to say things about us all the time. Are we going to give ear to everything that people say towards us? Sometimes it's not true. Sometimes they're jealous. Sometimes they're envious. Sometimes they want us to feel bad because they are feeling bad. Sometimes they want us to look bad on ourselves because they don't have any look on themselves. No, some of us are not in that place. Some of us are not sleeping well, we're not eating well, we're not taking care of ourselves, we are not doing the things that we should do to find ourselves in that place, in that sense of balance where we enjoy our lives. And I used to say I have a handful and a half of friends, and they can tell you, I always say, enjoy yourself as if it's the last day you have to live. And that's how I live. If I go and shop and buy a shoe, maybe I don't have anywhere to wear it this evening. But if I'm going out tomorrow, be just know that I'm wearing that shoe tomorrow, because I might not have any other time to wear it. What I'm saying is that put things into place where you try to help yourself. Do your self-care. And people, self-care doesn't mean that you're going to put your foot or your feet in some water and massage it. That's a little part of self-care. Doesn't mean that you're going to go into one of those, you might have it at your house. The other day, my husband tell me, a couple of days ago, my husband tell me that he wants a massage chair in the house. Those massage chairs that cost $5,000, $7,000. I told him no. Those ones that you have at the mall that you go in, or those ones that you have at your salon when you go to do your feet and it work your back. Self-care is more than that. Self-care is knowing who you are. Self-care is knowing what you want, what you like, what hurts you, and how to stay away from what hurt you. So, welcome, all of you that normally visit. Welcome. Those who are watching the show for the first time, we welcome you with open arms. I love you guys. I like to be foolish. I'm just a happy person. You're wondering why am I here every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Daytime, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daytime, and I will tell you now. So, this program, what I realize is that a lot of us are having difficulties accepting when our mental health is declining. Yes, things that we used to do, we are not doing them anymore. We are doing less of what we do. And it's not because we want to do less, it's because something is bothering our mind where we are doing less. We are not sleeping well. We are not eating well. We are not talking to people how we used to talk to people. We're not even going to work. We're calling in sick. We're in bed. We are not getting out of bed to go use the washroom well. Some of us are going to pee in our bed or poo in our bed, right? But what I mean is that the the way we used to get out of our bed to have our daily living put into place in an orderly manner, we're not doing it anymore. So we don't realize that our mental health is declining. We mistreat ourselves and abuse ourselves by calling ourselves names such as ugly, fat, useless. Why are we abusing ourselves? Don't people don't people abuse us before? Like, I have been abused by community members when I was in Jamaica, like lived there, and I had sores and I illness, underlying illness, and they used to abuse me, calling me sore foot girl, and they used to say things behind my back and stuff like that. I have been abused, so I know what it means. No one has called me ugly, no one has called me fat, but there are people that people will do that to. There are people that people will do that to. It's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing to bully people. It's not a nice thing to call them names. But when we call ourselves that name, that even worse. People calling us that name, something is wrong with them why they're abusing us. We calling ourselves names, that upon us. The honest is upon us. Why are we calling ourselves ugly? Why are we calling ourselves fat? Why are we calling ourselves useless, unworthy? That is what I'm talking about. We abusing ourselves. We hurt ourselves by not eating, not sleeping, and being overly stressed. We know when we're overly stressed. We know when we are stressed. I shouldn't even say that. I shouldn't even say that. You know why I shouldn't even say that? I'm going to tell you why I shouldn't even say that. This is why. The thing is, when we don't know ourselves, we don't know who we are, we cannot recognize what we are doing, we cannot recognize how we are abusing ourselves and the trauma we are causing ourselves because we don't know who we are. We don't know what will hurt us and what will make us happy. And there's one thing I always tell people: you need to spend time with yourself. You're in a relationship, even if you have a spouse, you need to find that time by yourself to regroup, to recuperate, to relax, and to get yourself back. You need to know who you are and spend time loving yourself. And people might say in a narcissistic way. No, no, not in a narcissistic way. Just love yourself. If you could see the way how God look at you, then you will know what I'm talking about. So we hurt ourselves, we don't eat, we don't sleep, we're overly stressed, we lack faith, we lack trust and loving ourselves, and we feel like we are nobody. A lot of us are like that. We feel like we are nobody. And so what happened is that we, with these thoughts and feelings and behaviors, they can alter our perception by preventing us from functioning effectively in our lives, at home, at work, during leisure time, and society. I am going to take a break and come back and tell you why this program is important. Let's take a break.
Impact. 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 Impact.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you today, this evening, 6:30 Winnipeg time, Central Daytime, 7:30 New York and Jamaica time, Eastern Daytime, and this is Impact Gospel Radio. Mental health, a holistic impact. The program is Mental Health, a holistic impact. I want to tell you a little bit about Impact Gospel Radio. So this is a radio that was put in place by Dr. Clifton Rotty. He has seen the distraught in the communities and the need for community members that they don't have the resources that they would like. And so he put things into place with his own resources. He put things into place to help people, not only Jamaicans, not only Americans or Canadians, but people on a whole, and a wide range, and from a wide range of places. This radio station has law, education, it has prior conferences, the whole work. It has a program there, Impactful Women, and a program for impactful men. It's just a lot of resources, so that you don't feel like you don't know where to turn when you're not doing well. I am giving you the information. Most of us have a cell phone. Most of us have access to a computer, or a computer and desktop is the same thing. I was going to say desktop, people. Go into your web browser and look for us as well, mentalhealthhorizon.com, or send us email at info@mentalhealthhorizon.com. Go to Impact Gospel Radio. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, that's what we do here. This program that I do is to help us with our mental issues that we might have. And so that's why we are here. So I was explaining to you what this program does in detail. So, as I was saying, the stressful events that we are facing, or that we face, or that our friends and family throw on us for us to face for them and help them with, will and can bombard us, leading to mental health issues that affect our friends, our family members, and cause us to be distorted and cause us to have conflict even with strangers. Have you ever seen people go on the buses or in a supermarket and just come and start assaulting you? Well, not hitting you, but verbally abusing you, pushing you, pulling you. Well, that's assault. And telling you that you have something that belonged to them. I remember going to the supermarket right up the road, and this lady came and she was like, move, move, move. And of course, Caucasian. Not that I'm saying Caucasian people will abuse people. Anyone can abuse anybody. Anybody can abuse anybody. I'm just talking some patois here, people. What I'm saying is that you go somewhere and other people think that you are in their way, you are causing them problem, and you don't know these people from Asia. You don't know these people from across wherever they come from. But they have a feeling that because their lives are not going well, your life should not go well as well. Okay? So, stranger being affected as well. Some of us cannot recognize when we are having mental health issues. We're afraid to deal with these issues. We refuse to deal with them, and we refuse to accept these changes that are taking place in our lives. Me, Charmaine Brown, as a licensed, certified psychotherapist, I am here to help you with research-based information, with my stories and my experiences, and depicting a normalized family story, the Raymond family saga, to help you relate to what is happening and see how best we can help ourselves with the tools that are provided. We look at definition of mental health issues, we look at signs and symptoms, we look how it can affect us, and we look how we can help ourselves while we are going through this. That's what this program is about. And now, look how many minutes it take me to tell you what we're about. Anyways, I am going to get into it. So, last week, I must apologize for all of you that was watching. The mic went. It just knocked out and it never worked again. Never worked again. And so we're having some issues with sound. And so we had to, at the end, we had to stop. So some of you did not get to hear what I was talking about. Belonging, a sense of belonging and acceptance. And I also tell you that Raymond, where we were on the last episode of Raymond, season 1, episode 9, where Raymond, and some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a family story. If you go on YouTube or Facebook, you will see the story. It's there. It's a family story where the families are having problem, and I'm talking about their stories. Okay. Raymond was having seizures, and the doctor tell him what was going on, and he was worried. He couldn't drive anymore. He was just not doing well, and the doctor gave him information of how he can get in touch with professionals that can help him. Okay. And so we're talking about what can cause him to not feel a sense of belonging and acceptance. And there were many things that we talked about, such as not having the people around him as a supportive system. We were also looking at how he can build, because Raymond has a social problem where he doesn't feel like he belongs anywhere. He wasn't totally black, and he was not totally white. He was not totally African American, African Jamaican, African, or he wasn't Caucasian. He was right in the middle, and so he did not know where he belonged. And so for us to help Raymond have a sense of belonging, we're going to encourage him to maintain a positive relationship with his family. Yes, him and his father not doing well, and so he has to find a way to build that relationship. He needs to, because that's where everything is. That's one of the reasons he is not doing well. Also encourage a relationship with Karen. Karen is his girlfriend, and he needs to get Karen in the loop of what's going on. Many of us, and when I mean many of us, I mean enough of we, a lot of us do not put people who we love into the saga in our lives. We cut them out because we don't want them to worry. Parents don't want children to worry, so they don't talk about the diagnosis that the doctor give them. Children don't want parents to worry, so they don't talk about the admission that they're in the hospital. I am one to do that, people. I am one to do that. The other day, a couple weeks ago, my mother called me, and she was saying, "You're not feeling well," and I had to say, "I am still in the hospital." She was like, "What you mean? I thought you got released from the hospital." I was like, "Well, you know what? I have a blood clot now, so I'm in the hospital again." She was like, "What?" I don't tell my mother when things are happening to me, because my mother worry too much. My mother worry over every little thing. And if she don't see something to worry about, she make up something to worry about. And I know other people like that. So we need to tell people what's happening to us. We need somebody beside us. We need that supportive system. If we don't have it, we need to get a group that we share common interests with. We don't have to have the same value, but we have common interest. We need to build trust in relationship with friends. We need to find ways to discuss difficulties and difficult issues. And we need to think differently about our values. We are going to take a break. And when we come back, we are going into The Raymond Family Saga, Season 2, Episode 1. Hello, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you talking about mental health, a holistic impact. So, we did 9 episodes of the Raymond Family Saga where we were looking at Raymond and all the dilemmas that he was having. And now we're on season 2, episode 1. Who is Karen? Who is this girl? And so I am telling you from now that there are some things into this. There are things that are in this story. And the story is written from a place of novelty, I should say, a place of kindness, a place of realization, a place of recognition. It's a narrative that I have seen, I have known people, I have lived myself. And so when you hear I'm talking about these characteristics, I don't want you to be triggered. If you are triggered, you need to stop watching, or you need to get the help you need. You need to call us, mentalhealthhorizon.com. Send us an email and info at mentalhealthhorizon.com. This is Impact Gospel Radio, where we have nurses, doctors, social workers. We have, name it, we have it. I am monitoring my phone to see. I am also monitoring the comment section here as well, and the private chat, and my eyes are all over the place, like tick 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 tick. Let's get started with who is this Karen girl. I am excited about this story. So Karen Spears, she was 36 years old, born in the inner city community in Kingston, Jamaica. Hail up, hail up, hail up the Jamaicans all over the place. Hail up the Jamaicans, hail up the Canadians, hail up the Americans. I was going to say the USians. Sorry. Hail up the Americans, the British, hail you up. I'm hailing up everybody in the house. So Karen was from the inner city in Kingston, Jamaica. She attended a prominent high school and was an A student. So this is not any stupid girl. This girl take her book seriously. Her parents would be proud of her. Well, you know, some parents are not proud of us, and some parents do not tell us often enough how much they appreciate us, how much they love us, and how much they are proud of us. It depends on culture. Culture have a lot of things to do with how accepting parents are. And sometimes they don't tell us, they go and tell, well, from a Jamaican standpoint, people, when some of us parents are proud of us, they go tell their friend at the community, yeah, my daughter get A. Yes, my daughter go community college. Yes, my daughter going on nursing. Them tell other people proud there of you, but don't tell you. Some don't tell us. Some don't tell us. Some do. Some don't know how to manage that love and that acceptance because of how they were grown and where they are coming from. Okay? All right. So she was an A student. She is excellent in English, accounting, physical education, biology, and she loves track and field activities like sprinting. Yes, she's all that. She's all that. Being a brilliant student was one of the reasons she was able to travel to the US. And most of us know that there are some activities from the Caribbean and other countries that it's worldwide, it's region wide, and it can also be nationwide. For instance, track and field, um, soccer, there are teams that are put to place, and when you're doing well, you go to other countries to show off your skills and your education. And so Karen was fortunate enough to have that was academically inclined, where she could travel to the States to show off her skills. She was a top student, and some teachers like her and support her. Support is very important. I'm going to tell you, there are some areas in Jamaica, and I shouldn't say that because all of us need support, but there are some areas in Jamaica that the support you get is a little bit, it's not up to scratch, or it's not enough. I heard something the other day. We were watching a movie, and there was this guy that says, you know what? They said a community are, yeah, a community what? It's what grow children. And the guy went on to say a community is what can break children as well. And it was the first time I hear that, but it was so true. The supportive system that we have in place to help us to navigate ourselves in the world so that we can be better people. It that same system us to be fragmented can allow us to be fractured, can allow us to have mental health issues from how they treat us. It was a good thing my mother instilled in me confidence and self-esteem from a little girl. So when those people in the community were teasing me about my sore and my illness, it didn't faze me. Of course, I felt hurt. But did it take away my self-confidence? Oh, hell no. They could have called me that name as long as they didn't touch me. That was fine with me. So current teachers, they respect her. They realize that she was prosperous in school, and some of them support her, which was good. Because I know the story, but you don't know, and we are going to go into the story what's going on. So Karen joins a lot of program at school just for distraction. What is she distracting about? So she wanted distraction and to drown out her troubles at home. I am pleading with us, mothers, fathers, caregivers. In many of my programs, I involved you in it. This storyline, this story, there is worksheet, and under every episode there are worksheet for parents and children. I am beseeching with you, parents, caregivers, teachers, that when your kids are not doing well, you need to pick it up, because these children are who you grow, and so you know them from their childhood. And because you know them from their childhood, you need to see when they're not doing well, to support them, to buffer them, to help them, to know what the problem in the homes are, to know what is causing the distress in these little kids' life, these teenagers' life. You are responsible because they are underage. We are going to take a break and come back. Welcome back, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you on Impact Gospel Radio. The program is Mental Health, a holistic impact, where we look at we normalize a family unit where they have their problems, where they're from different cultural background, and how they manipulate their way and or navigate their way through life, and become might become successful, some might become unsuccessful. I can't give you all the story away. You have to follow me. I am monitoring our comment section. Just send us a text if you like. I am monitoring the email address impact info at mentalhealthhorizon.com. Mentalhealthhorizon.com. That's www.mentalhealthhorizon.com, or Impact Gospel Radio. We were looking at Karen, and I was saying mothers, fathers, caregivers, teachers, people in the community members, adults. You need to know and how to protect these children. They're underage. You need to know what's going on in their lives. You need to help them. You need to support them. You need to listen what they are saying, and stop saying these children are liars. If you don't have any evidence that they're telling lies, take their word for it that they're talking the truth until you find evidence. And when I mean find evidence, I don't mean you go ask Mr. John, Mr. John, my daughter or my son say this. Is it true? And Mr. John, because he's a big man. You know what? I remember when I was young, my grandfather came to live with us. And he came in our house, and I wasn't experiencing that time. I didn't know what he was going through at that time. But he told my mother that he lost some money, and my mother thought he had lost this money, and my mother went to talk to someone, and the different characteristic of the kids in the house, they analyze the different characteristic of the kids in the house, and their solution was it must have been me that took that money. I remember that just like yesterday. And no matter how I was telling my mother that I did not take any money from my grandfather, which, to tell you the truth, I hated him. I with that what he said and what came out of it, I did not like my grandfather. Not knowing that my grandfather was having dementia. So, so, so my mother decided, well, you're not getting any lunch money, because the money that you took will cover you for an extended period of time. And I went to school hungry without no lunch money, and walked. I'm serious, people. My friend, there's a very good friend of mine. I'm gonna call her name on this radio station. Lorian Shaw. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Lorian Shaw, because you have never eaten lunch and don't share it with me in those days. And I appreciate you. And I love you. And I'm gonna send you this link for you to see that I big you up. The thing is, listen to your children and stop listening to these big people, because sometimes the big people, because they're big people in the community, you take their words over your children's word, and you kill the trust that the children place in you. Children place trust. They place their safety in your hands. And because Mr. John might say, no, I didn't do it, your daughter, your son, your grandchildren, no, thing happen. You're not stupid, because you're not stupid people to teach these little kids stupidity. So when they come to you with information, take them somewhere privately where they can express themselves. If these kids use dolls and stuff like that, and you cannot understand their drawings, seek help, professional help. to help you with these kids. Stop saying that they're lying. Stop it, people. It's one of my pet peeve. I'm telling you, it's one of my pet peeve. When kids are being abused, when kids are being troubled, and they go to parents and caregivers, teachers, and people who are supposed to support them, and they tamper on these kids' trust. It's one of my pet peeves. You know what came out of that? My grandfather, me, and my mother. I ended up not liking my grandfather until the day my grandfather died. I did not like him. I'm telling you the truth, people. I'm not lying to you. I was broken. My mother, the trust I placed in my mother was lost. I did not trust her anymore because she made me go to school hungry. She fed me, don't get me wrong. I ate breakfast. But while I was at school, if it wasn't for my friends, I would be hungry. So the trust I placed in her at that time had been broken. And learning when I went into medicine or when I went into nursing, I realized that this man, my grandfather, was having Alzheimer because he used to say things, and that was just the way his characteristic changes. We realized that he was having some. That day, because of that, I decided that I am going to teach my grandfather a lesson. And so there was a night that I went for his billboard, that thing that he keeps his money in, and I said, "You tell Lion me, I am going to take every single cent because I am already being blamed for this. I'm already being blamed, so I'm going to take it." A friend of mine that I was talking to said, "Charmaine, you're better than that. I am not going to let you do this. I will not allow you to do this. You're better than that." And he built back something, and this was a young guy. What, was 2 years older than I? And he built back something in me when he said, "Charmaine, you're better than that. Go put it back. Don't touch it. That's fine." That's how angry I was with him. I wanted to take everything, even though I didn't know where I was going to spend it or anything. And I didn't want that money because there was nothing for me to do with that money. I just wanted, since you say something went wrong, I am going to make something went wrong for you. So I'm happy that somebody knew me well enough to say, "Charmaine, that's not you. I am not going to stay here and see you do that. As a matter of fact, you will not do that." And I did not do that. And I'm happy. No, looking back at it, I'm happy I didn't do that. Because my characteristic was different then, and it's different. I am not a thief. I never stole anything. I am not a liar. I don't tell lies. People, the way I am truthful, it caused a lot of problem in my life. People don't like to hear. Some people don't like to hear the truth. And when I speak the truth, it offends people. It offends people a lot. And so my truthfulness caused problem in my life. I am going to take another break. I will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. I am Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here with you on Impact Gospel Radio. The program is Mental Health, a holistic impact. This program is where I talk about mental health issues. I talk about family issues. I talk about my stories, experiences, and give you tools and coping skills where you can utilize them when you're not doing well yourself, when you're feeling excessive stress, when you're just not doing well mentally. I give you research based information of what's going on, whatever, it depends on whatever topic we're talking about, what it is, signs and symptoms, how it affects our life, and how we can overcome, or who to see and who not to see. I am a licensed certified psychotherapist, and I am here. I am passionate about mental health. And the reason why I'm passionate about mental health is because when I was younger, I didn't want to live that much. I'm not telling any of you to go try to hurt yourself. That's not what I'm saying. Is that I had an illness that put me in a painful position every single day, in such a way where my body systems were affected. All my 11 body systems were affected from my head to my toe. So most of us don't know what those 11 body systems are. I will see if I can remember all 11. So it's my neurological system, which is my brain and spinal cord. It's my respiratory system, which is my lungs and my bronchioles, the breathing. It's my cardiac system, or my cardiological system, which is my heart, the vessels in me. It's my gastrointestinal system, which is my gut. What else? My muscular system, my immune system. What am I missing? I'm missing something. My renal system, my reproductive system. Am I missing anything? My skin, my integumentary system, and what else? My hormonal system. Did I say that? Am I missing that? Did I reach 11? All those systems. I'm trying to remember them out of my head, people. See with me. All those systems were affected in a negative way, in a significantly negative way, where it put me at risk for other illnesses. And so being a child, my mother took very good care of me, apart from when she have these ideas that something went wrong and somebody else did it. She took very good care of me. My dad wasn't so much in the picture. My siblings, they were there to assist. They give me love and caringness, and were just good. I had a great childhood apart from my illness. Why am I saying this to you? I am saying this to you because those people who are taking care of other people, those our little humans, our kids, our nieces, our nephews, we have a responsibility to take care of these people. The onus is on us to love these people, to build their trust in us, to ensure that they are there and they are protected and they are cared for. Join us next week, Monday, 6:30 Central Daytime, 7:30 Eastern Daytime, for Mental Health, a Holistic Impact, and Impact Gospel Radio, where we continue with the Karen family saga. Love you, beautiful people. Take care. We will talk again soon.
Impact Gospel Radio and Mental Health Horizon. All information posted or aired is merely for educational purposes and is not a substitute for seeking further professional advice. While the information aired has been verified to the best of our abilities, we cannot guarantee there are no mistakes or errors. We reserve the right to change this policy at any time. If you want to stay up to date with the latest mental health information, please visit our website at www.mentalhealthhorizon.com, book an appointment at info@mentalhealthhorizon.com, or tune into the broadcast every Monday evening at 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.